Hey there, everybody, and welcome to another reaction and analysis video. Today, we're going to be checking out some more new Love Bites, and this is the song that Fahmy wrote. This is Blazing Halo. Don't forget to check out the description down below. I'm going to have a link for their official YouTube channel, as well as a link where you can go and purchase this awesome new album. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts on this music today down in the comments section. Oh. I'm going to stop there. I know we're in the middle of what Asami's singing here, but I get the feeling there's going to be no real good place to stop in this song. But I'm going back, the fact that Fahmy wrote this one, I want to hear that intro again because that was some sick bass playing that was going on there in the beginning. It was just super funky. It was so cool. And then just throwing the guitar in with it. I love that opening, The intro can be so interesting and it just sets up everything that comes after for the rest of the song. And it's worth another listen, for sure. That's sick. That's cool. I mean, that actually reminds me of Flea there. Oh, that hits so hard. Haruna's nailing down the drum parts back there. Those guitar parts there, man, those are just rich and thick and deep, and they're just so wide the way that they have those chords spread out there between Midori and Miyako. I love how that fits in with the bass part with Fahmy. This is some awesome, awesome arranging and composing. And, I was listening before, and you can still hear some wicked bass parts that Fahmy put in for herself. I mean, it's a show-off piece, but I mean, she can handle it. Great tom parts by Haruna. Love that little hesitation that's going on there in the drums with Haruna through that part there. Check that out. That's really cool. Just leaving that space for Asami to sing her parts. It just stands out so much more. Nice. See, I like that bass part that Fahmy wrote in for herself there. Just a couple notes that kind of rise up, and it just makes the guitar parts just seem like they're just floating above everything else so much more. That bass part just throws those guitar parts off so well. Oh, nice cymbal work by Haruna. sing. I love the fact that Fahmy wrote that stuff for her because that's some wicked stuff. I want to go back and hear that guitar part again too. That was just so cool with that echo effect that she had on there when she was playing that guitar part. They always just play the best solos, don't they? They just really do. Oh, cry, man, cry. What a battle. This is epic, epic. Oh, I like the fact that they repeated that. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. It just gives our ears another chance to take in what exactly happened there. That part hits so hard. That part is sick. Those runs are crazy by Fahmy. All right, so we can hear that we're coming back around to what we started this song off doing. You know, so we had definitely an A, a B, and an A section. This A section's coming back here from the beginning. This thing rocks. This is so good. So much going on. Love that scream. That scream is so cool. Just throwing that in there. You can't go wrong with that. But man, you know, Haruna's doing some really interesting things back there on the drum set. You know, I'm noticing not only is she doing those pauses, but she's really accenting what the bass and the guitars are doing at times. And then she goes off and does her own thing, but she's always coming back in time accenting those things. And it really pulls the guitar and the bass part out so much more when she does that. I'm going to stop right there because, you know, the person that I've said probably the least about, because I mentioned Midori Miyako with the guitars and Fahmy especially. I mean, she wrote this one. We can always hear Haruna. But, you know, Asami's voice is just so amazing. I'm just, even after all these years and after all these videos, I'm just blown away at that soaring, beautiful, strong voice that just floats over top of what sometimes feels like chaos going on in the band. and I love that chaos. It's so cool. But Asami just has that kind of voice and the melodic parts that she has that just kind of pulls us in and just kind of steadies, if you will, the boat. Okay? And it just feels so nice when you're listening to those vocals. It really, really does. What an awesome band. This new album is amazing. It's totally sick. Let's finish this song off, and I have a funny feeling we're going to hear some wicked stuff down the end here. man, I love the guitars in this. Holy cow. What a great way that Fahmy wrote that stuff in there. It's almost like a blues rock, a kind of vibe with those guitar parts, especially here at the end. I mean, those are like bluesy kind of licks that we have going on here. I love that da 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 da. And there's one of those parts that I said Haruna is just really accenting what everybody else is doing. It just brings those guitar parts to the forefront a little bit more by her accenting those. So fast. Everything's so fast. Man, what an ending. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Right? Jeez. That is just so wicked. What is not to love about this new album that Love Bites has? It is spectacular. I think this is the second or third song I've heard from this new album. And my gosh, they just really stepped it up. I have called these ladies world-class musicians, I think from the get-go, from the very first song that I heard of them. And somehow they have found a way to just amp things up even more. That just blows me away. You know, there's so many groups nowadays that they're just okay with being the standard quo, you know, just, well, this is what we are and this is what we'll be, and that's the end of that. And I'm not built that way, you know, when I'm teaching my kids at school or when I'm practicing myself, it doesn't matter how good you are, you want to be constantly trying to improve and get better. Even if it's just 1% every week, you know, because that 1% really adds up over time. And these ladies, I think, are a lot like that thinking. I think they do not sit on their laurels. They do not just go, well, we're already here. Why do we need to go there? You know, let's just be here and do our thing. And they just want to get better and improve and make things better. And you know, they brought in Fahmy and they allow Fahmy to write things. And they're just constantly evolving and constantly pushing the envelope and constantly improving and getting better. And I think that is always going to set them apart. And, you know, maybe it's just these ladies, maybe it's the Japanese culture, maybe it's all of the above, but they have just stepped it up. This is just amazing stuff. Guy Gourley usually suggests bands like this, and he suggested this one. This was his guaranteed pick for the month of May, and I knew it was going to be great. And, you know, he told me that Fahmy did the writing on this one and that I would love it. And I thought, you know what, if she did, I know I'm going to love this because, you know, I'm a bass player too, and I appreciate what she does on the bass. And I mentioned at the beginning that, you know, it sounded Flea-like, and Flea is an amazing bass player, is one of my favorite bass players, Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I thought Fahmy had that vibe. You know, Fahmy's different from Flea, but she had that vibe written in there. And maybe it was a tribute, maybe it was just something that, you know, she just thought sounded cool. And it did. It sounded so cool. Guy, this was an awesome pick. Thank you for that suggestion. Make sure to go down below and check out the description because I always put links for their official YouTube channel, a link where you can go and purchase the music and help support them. That's an awesome thing to do. I mentioned that I have some links down below, and that's a way that you can help out the channel, support the channel. Somebody like Guy really supports the channel, and I appreciate that. But these videos are copyright protected, and they should be. This is the artist's work. They should get paid for that, so I do not get paid for that. All of you can help support the channel. And sometimes it doesn't cost you anything more than what you were already going to spend, which there's places like Bang Cookies They're chewy, ooey gooey cookies. They are amazing. They're big cookies. You click on that link, you make a purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but the company says, hey, you went through his link. We're going to send him a little commission for it. Or maybe there's something you're looking for at Sweetwater, maybe an instrument, maybe some kind of sound equipment, home theater equipment, even a tuner for an instrument you already have. They're going to send me a small commission. So all of these places that, I have a link down below or on the screen, something pops up. Those are ways for you to help support the channel without it costing anything extra. If you'd like to just straight help out the channel like Guy Gourley does and some of my other members and patrons, then go check out YouTube membership and Patreon. And if you do become a member, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Something you can do for the channel, it's totally free. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, put a comment down below. I love reading what you have to say. And this new album is epic. Let me know your thoughts. And maybe you have some background on this that I don't know. Let me know. YouTube always makes some awesome suggestions. They appear right over there on the screen. Some tells me it's going to be Love Bites. Click on one of those and keep watching. Thank you so much for being here today and spending time with me. I appreciate it so much. And I'll see you next time.